Here is some guidelines to build the state machine diagram or the state chart. So first, set the context. So what we mean by the set the context, we mean that we should to understand the whole story and put the perception for the behavior of the system, and then identify the initial state and the other state, and also the final state. Then determine the order of the state. Also identify the events, the action, and the guard condition of the whole system, and finally validate the state chart based on the requirements of the system. Another things we should to highlight that every state every state should have a unique name, and this name should reflect the situation of the system or of the state. Also, in the state charts, each state must have exit should have a possible to exit from each state. Also, in the sequential of the system should have only one state at a time. One state at a time. So each event should lead to one unique state. And that's why we say we cannot have two states in the same times. It's only one state at a time. So that means we cannot have the same events. It's lead us to different state. Here is an example of state charts. This example for bin validations, as the figure show, is there is only 4 states: idle, waiting for the bin, validate the bin, and waiting for the customer choice. So as events here, we have card inserted, and then as the action is get the bin, then move to the next state, which is validate the bin after we get the bin. So once we get the bin, and then which is the bin entered, that means this is the action, the bin will be validated in state validating bin, and then in case the bin is correct, so we go to display the menu, which is go to another transaction. In this example, we not consider any other options of the bin, so we just assume that the bin is correct. So after validating the bin, we move to another state, which is waiting for customer choice. In fact, there is many options. For example, maybe the simple one is that the bin is not correct, so we should go back to waiting bin and enter the bin again. Here is a complete ATM card state chart. In this state chart actually is the same the old one, but we just consider another options. So it's the same, starting with idle, and then once the customer enter the card will be validate by waiting the bin. After entering the bin will be validating. If the bin is correct, we can go to the next step. Validate the bin is validate. So we have a validate bin, so we go to the next step. Otherwise, if invalid, so we go to waiting bin again. If 3 times, we should go to the third options. Also, we have another option here, which is cancel. In any time, the user can cancel the process even he can cancel in the waiting for bin, or in validating the bin, or even after validate the bin. So here is the example of state charts of the ATM machine. In this example, as we share, there is many many states. We consider here another options, which is maybe we can consider it in the state, in the use case, as uh, alternative options or alternative sequence. So maybe the main sequence is just generate or idle, and then waiting the bin, and then validate the bin, and then waiting the customer choice. But as alternative sequence, the user can cancel, or the user insert invalid bin, or the user insert the correct